Oh, okay, welcome back. But we just got word that the game might actually be starting. We were about to take some Twitter questions, but alas,
She's down again, so
She's
we
down
will be
again.
taking those Twitter
Looks
questions.
like we will be taking some Twitter questions after all. Remember, folks, you can tweet questions at us with hashtag DHDreamLeague or at DreamHackDota. And, well, if we have some more downtime with Steam, we will be taking those. But it seems like Steam is actually leveled out a little bit, so hopefully we will have some Dota. There it is.
Hello.
Hello. Yes,
Hello.
ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Sorry for the delay.
Hello. Hello. There we go.
Yeah, send. It's just Valve things, you know. Sometimes has a bit of downtime. It's probably maybe they were fixing the Wyvern Winter's Curse bug. You never know.
It's been around since 2015, so unlikely.
Well, that's about the normal time it takes to fix something at Valve. And they've got it. They've got it done.
Anyway.
Well, we're back in.
What was going on again?
I can't remember what was going on. We were talking about MVPs.
Nyx almost has a Midas,
Yep.
I believe. Slark almost has Echo Saber, I think. Something like that. Yeah, he almost has Echo Saber.
He's going to go his Echo. It was, yeah, we were talking about MVPs. It was going pretty even. You know, Madara's getting good farm. They've got this lead at the moment on Mouse, but it's just a question of how well they can utilize it before the kind of the tri-core melee Empower boys come online for Empire.
Yeah, it looks like Empire wants to make a move now. No.
Yeah.
I need a second to get back into this.
It was the Blink Daggers as well.
Blink Dagger
We just
on
had
Mag.
Blink on Mag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Mouse running around as a unit. Already.
Yeah, we'll see if they can make anything big out of this.
FN on the prowl, looking for MNT.
MNT actually in and out of the range of the sentry, so FN can't really commit for that.
Now they know where one of them is, and there actually happens to be an Obs ward on top of that one, so if they do deward that, they will get a little bit of bonus.
Yeah, a bit of a whiff, and there's the Obs at least being dropped down. MNT drops the sentry. Oh, it's a little out of range, though, actually. He puts it right in the river, so it's not going to catch the two that have vision upon him. And off the back of that, Empire will now look to reinitiate with the smoke. Let's see if they can get anything big.
Can anyone tank the gank? Let's see. MNT walking. He's looking. He's going to reveal him with Pushka, so he knows the smoke was kind of going out. Throws a track. Dust comes out, and he's
not
okay.
going to clip him, is it? Yeah, he's just out of range of it.
So that's lovely. And they just saw FN. They just saw FN walk through the mid lane, too. And Empire just makes their move into the Roche pit. All right.
Here we go. We're watching Ghost Stick here. He's looking for the chance to get an RP, but he's going to hold off for now. This is going to look to try and beat, and there he goes. He jumps in, just looks for the solo RP on the TB, but Madara
gets the Sunder.
He gets the Sunder just in time onto Chappie, but it may not matter because Chappie's still continuing to man up, or at least try to, and it's not enough damage that Chappie can deal. So at the end of the day, as Empire losing 3, they're going to lose 4 as well. And now Sunder there from Madara, lucky to get it off and have the chance between the bashes at literally the last moment as he was falling pretty fast after he got RP'd. And at the end of the day, just an absolute massive disaster there for Empire, trying to make something big happen with the Blink RP initiation, but they couldn't find it. Single target, and that target stays alive, and they end up turning around and killing them all.
Yeah, 3 track kills.
Yeah.
Thug went for focusing onto the Disruptor, so Disruptor got like, he just kind of like panicked through his ulti onto MNT, so they didn't really have like a big wombo combo type of thing with the Magnus ult with the RP, but yeah, that was a very good Sunder coming out from Dar. He got kind of lucky though. He was very low. He almost actually got brought down. But
What
does
does that mean?
Cooldown pauses in lobby.
Pauses in lobby. Yeah, I mean, MNT's right to be afraid to reconnect. Actually, no, he should be fine now, actually, because just on my screen here, I was checking it on the
Steam
thing.
looks up now,
Coordinate looks like it's
but people
fine
are
now.
lagging though.
Yeah, there's Noxes at the moment. Steam is fine, so they should be okay to try and go for a reconnect.
All right, he's going for it.
He's going for it.
But yeah, great fight coming out from Mouse. Again, the like, four-man rock into Upheaval, just doing the damage. I believe he also got the reflection on like 3 heroes or 4 heroes, so he was actually like slowing them down and holding them back a bit.
Wait.
So, all right.
Oh.
And we're back.
Yeah, we're going to give it another attempt. Looks like they're in a bit of lag, but hopefully that's got, I mean, maybe just down to the systems all coming back online.
That was a big win for Mouse, though. That fight was absolutely massive.
What a win. What a win there. 4 heroes in a row, champ.
I think that was without Dream Coil, too, I want to say. Unless he had like an Arcane Rune or something, because it was...
yeah, definitely. I can't even with an Arcane Rune, I think.
It was up. It would have been up. Yeah. I think he just went in the back and he blew up the Disruptor right away. But yeah, 4 heroes being claimed. I think, FN was the only one who survived, being that very elusive hero that Slark is.
Yeah, they need to try for something again, but of course they've got to wait for that RP to come back online. And it's, what, just, was it a level 2 RP? What level's the mag? It was a level 2. Oh, okay. No, it doesn't matter anymore, does it? Sorry.
Yeah,
Actually, no, it never mattered, did it? Or did it? No, it did used to have.
changed.
It did used to have separate cooldowns, didn't it? It was what 100. I can't remember, but it
They
it
made
went
it
down
longer.
every 10 seconds.
It used to be like
Yeah.
120, 110, 100, and then it was even less than that before for a time. It was like down to 80 seconds or something for some time,
Oh,
and that's when it got changed like twice now. So
yeah,
he has been hit by some nerfs, but
still the hero that certain teams just seems super confident in playing with.
yeah. Now Thug, Dagon 2 finished up. He didn't even have the Dagon 1, I don't believe, during that fight. MNT's about to have the Solar Crest finished up, which is gonna help a lot to be throwing it on that. Terrorblade versus the Troll Warlord won't let them be able to focus target as hard. And yeah, the Midas was finished up for the Nyx Assassin during that fight as well. So
okay,
Mouse is getting all the tools that they need in order to take fights and also to scale into the later stages of the game. And they're looking to siege. Metamorphosis is up. Every ultimate is about to be online as well. Golem has about 20 seconds. It's go time.
No, I like it. Let's see what they can do with this here. Pushing up on top. Will we see any sort of response from Empire? At the moment, they've got 3 out down on the bottom lane, pushing on to that tier 1. And for the time being, at least, they're not going to back up for this one. They're going to let Mouse take this one for free, and without the Metamorphosis commitment as well. So that's great news for Mouse. Getting a tower, not obviously use the Metamorphosis, and you're now in a position where you could try and go for more, but it is hard because Empire do have RP back online. So you've got to be careful.
FN does not have his BKB yet, though. He's still a bit off of him, so this is pretty hard for them to fight into it.
Yeah.
There's so much different amounts of spell damage in Nuke that this 1400 HP Slark running into this can actually just get blown up. Spartan completely in the back lines. They do get the RP right away.
Yeah, they managed to get one. We're going to see the Nyx try and come in response. Trapped in the middle of the Static Storm. He's going to be out and down, but he has the Aegis. He's going to be ready for round 2. Chappie, though, mounting up with the BKB, making a beeline for MNT, but he's out of there with the Invis. Madara now pops his own BKB, trying to get back with a retreat, and there's Thug jumping in with the burst. As soon as the BKB's gone on Chappie, Thug just zaps him down with the Dagon. They do lose Skylark in return on the side of Mouse. So Empire, at the end of the day, they are holding. We'll see if Mouse can go back in on this one. You can see the jump forward from Thug, bringing that Slark down very low. In fact, FN taking a bouncing shuriken to the face as well. Just had to back up and heal.
You can see what they wanted to go for there, Empire, though. They saw Madara pop meta, so right away you RP him, you kill him, get meta out of the picture. Even though that they do lose the Troll because the BKB goes down, as you mentioned, he gets bursted. They at least stop the defense. Yeah, they stop the push.
They're still in the push, and as we said, that's only going to be a good thing for a lineup like Empire's.
Yeah, Tower got down to a third HP about, so still damage was done. The next time around, if I believe that was that glyph used as well? It was not, so they actually did not use glyph.
Okay, there.
So next time they do a glyph for the push. Yep. But now the bigger problems is that, you know, once the BKB start running lower in the Troll, that's where it becomes very scary for him because Puck is going to get closer and closer to that Dagon 5. I'm assuming we're going to see maybe another one coming out. No, okay. We have Nyx going for a Vlad's and we have MNT going for Eul Scepter. So they're trying to stop that kind of initiation. Like having a Eul's on those type of heroes versus a Mag, if you get vision of him even for a second, he blinks in, you Eul's him right away, you stop the full initiation.
And it really is.
More lag and packet loss.
It's all about that BKB. Yeah. Because we saw, as you said, when it gets lower, it's going to be nightmare. We saw then when it's still at pretty high charges. As soon as it's gone, Thug's in there. Immediately perfectly times it, and bam, zaps him down.
And with the track vision, you know, they always be able to, you know, see where he is. And with the Golem, you know, Spartan is not afraid to throw it down just for even vision and just for an attempt at trying to defend somebody. Lots of crybabies coming out from Thug.
Lots of crybabies.
People are still lagging.
Yeah, it must be something up with the servers, you know, coming back online one by one.
If everyone's lagging, it's even, right?
It's true. Balance in all things. Even in the ping.
So FN now does have BKB, so he's actually able to like commit into the fights and maybe even go for those type of backline pickoffs. He might be able to try to actually find Spartan for some of those situations as they initiate. He can go and initiate as well.
Yeah,
Thug's being spotted out here. Gotta blink away.
Yeah, Empire really need to abuse these BKBs because it is such a power spike against Mouse's lineup. It really is. If they can take the fights that they want, they can certainly find themselves in a good position to start to push these lanes back up towards the base of Mouse. As in this game, still 26 minutes in, Mouse holding the very confident lead with the amount of farm that Madara and Thug have amassed. And just the fact that, yeah, the supports of Empire looking pretty poor.
Yeah.
It's been very hard for the Disruption and the Ogre to keep up in a game like this.
And they actually, they have absolutely nothing. They have brown boots, and I mean, Disrupt doesn't earn, I guess, at least. But they are extremely naked, for sure. And the problem with that is also that, you know, this puck is nearing that level 25, so he's going to be able to get that 420. I mean, he's level 18
he's level,
already.
okay.
Yeah,
Still
but he's still got time, but he's getting levels very quickly.
Yeah, for sure.
And they at least have like the experience talent as well on both of the supports on Mouse. So the supports not only are getting items on the side of Mouse, they're also getting levels every time those fights kind of go on for them.
It'll always be nice to see that level 20 come out in the old Warlock. That extra little golem.
Yeah.
To pop out certainly could make the difference.
They know something's up. Scouting behind themselves, both Thug and Skylark. MNT breaks the smoke.
Yeah, they know they're around him, but look at Mouse. They are grouped up. They're sort of ready to go here. They'll get the track out. There's the jump forward from Thug. He gets the Dream Coil onto 2. Immediate reaction, though, from King Archos. The static storm, but again, there's Spartan. Gets the 3-man golem down. But Mouse, they've lost 2. It's the side of Empire. And just as expected, you know, FM pops the BKB. Certainly nothing can be done about these cores. Thug will jump back in, but he can't do anything about this. Madara will sunder the Ogre, trying to keep himself alive. Tries to turn, but at this stage, FM, he's got to have a fair few essence shift stacks up there. I think the Agi was starting to get pretty high on the Slark. Yeah, 22.
22, yeah.
And then that's what you know, we saw that he has the magic immunity for the BKB, and he has the armor from the Agi stacks. Certainly very little as well that the TB can do about Man fighting up against it. And off the back of a fight like that, you're going to lose towers. Yeah, you've got a Basher coming out for the Slark, and that's the sort of fight that I would kind of expect from this lineup of Empire at this stage. And I feel like that's the sort of fight that we're going to start to see more of with these BKBs.
Did he even? I don't even think he hit anybody with the RP. Did he? I think he like whiffed it, right?
I think he did. I didn't see that as the big up. The biggest ult was certainly Spartans with the chaotic offering, but they just didn't have enough damage to follow up after the BKBs came through to finish anyone off.
As soon as the BKBs come out, it's Thug jumped into the back trying to kill the Disruptor off instantly, but having these 2 big cores with both Bloodlust and Empower.
Yeah.
And them able to just kind of run at the Tower Blade. And Nyx Assassin dying almost instantly in the fight. Same thing with MNT. They don't really have anything to kind of peel away. They don't have that save, as we kind of mentioned. They just have like a small duration stun from the Warlock. So that is definitely problematic.
Yeah, and a fight like that, bam. You know, both FN and Chappie, 15k, reaching the same pace of the puck. One more fight like that, they'll be ahead of the Terrorblade. And with the Empower, they're only going to continue to I really feel that these 2 cores are just going to continue to move at a much faster pace than the 2 that Mouse have, unless Mouse can find some more phenomenal fights. But here's FN getting himself a freebie.
Monster kill already. And he's got they actually picked up a gem, I believe, before that fight even happened too, so they are claiming a lot of map control.
I think you've got to really go back and sit in the base. You cannot come out of the map whilst this Slark's walking around with 27 essence just stacked. Anyone he finds, he's just going to be able to rip to pieces, and he's on the hunt. He will lose the Empower buff, so that's at least something, but still, yeah, with those... And finally, the Essence Shift Stouts do go away.
Definitely starting to look a little problematic for Mouse whenever those BKBs are up. You know, it's just, they can't get the lockdown on them, they just like walk through. So maybe we'll see Thug kind of go for maybe like an Aghanim Scepter instead of finishing the Dagon 5. And I click on him and he actually queues up the Aghanim Scepter right away to kind of be able to do that. So I think that's the best step.
They really need something to go for those BKBs. I mean, they just don't have any sort of... Oh, well, a little bit of a tickle onto Madara.
Just a touch.
He has to be careful. Knows that he can't really commit too hard as the rest of his team aren't there. In fact, he knows that he may have screwed up here. He has to pop the BKB for that. Yeah, FN just has to get himself out. Yeah. So that's a plus for Mouse. You know, force the BKB out of the Slark. They've got this kind of minute or so window to see if they can do something without FN having the BKB. And of course, that's going to be causing him to be a lot more cautious about committing to the fights. But fortunately enough, really, for Empire, the minute that BKB's down is a minute until the Roshan's there. So when Roshan's back up, FN is going to have the BKB again.
Yeah, and they're gonna catch up. They're almost there. Troll's about to be the same as the Terrorblade. Slark as well.
Yeah. That is certainly the problem for Mouse, keeping up with this pace that the Empire are going to be able to starting to kick off once they reach the same level of it.
And it's those two big heavy BKB cores just running onto Madara, and you know Puck is actually pretty susceptible. He's not really like one of those like super skilled characters. Thug actually, is he gonna get brought down alone right now by FN? He is.
Oh yeah, Spartan actually drops the Golem trying to save him. And that's going to be a Puck down and a Chaotic Offering down. Oh, I don't know, man. This is... I feel like this game is going to get so hard for Mousesports.
Yeah.
They've got to just play perfectly. Madara has to keep farming at the rate. He needs to step it up somehow. And, you know, as this Terrorblade, he's already at an incredible pace. It's just the fact that can he out-farm a Slark control with Empower and, you know, superior control of the map now at this stage. And... I'm really searching for a positive answer for him.
Yeah, it's. I was looking at like the Aghanim Scepter for the puck, but that's even that's even like quite a distance away. I was thinking about I was thinking about maybe like a Ethereal Blade for him so that he can like just throw it on the Tower Blade even, so those two can't focus him. Just because this there's not really a lot of magic damage coming out from Empire, but now Empire's gonna have Cheese and Aegis, and this is gonna be them just kind of running at Mouse. This is a big turnaround as soon as those BKBs came out. Empower Bloodlust. They don't even need to catch that many spells. Like, hit anybody with them. They just gotta run at that Tower Blade and.
Chappie takes both as well. He says, I love the Aegis, I love the cheese. FN, of course, feeling much more confident in keeping himself alive, being the Slark. A lot of other ways he can play himself around.
Yeah, is that Abyssal Blade? Yeah, that's Abyssal Blade.
He's got it done, hasn't he? Oh, no, he's
50 gold.
Yeah, he's got the gold now.
Yep,
there we go. Job done. 32 minutes in.
And he's hunting. He is on the prowl right away.
I mean, if he finds Thug, Thug's dead. He should kill him with the Abyssal Blade. He might need a bash on top of it, to be fair.
He is empowered, though.
And he does still have 10 Essence Shift stacks, so I think he can just go for it. Okay. He could definitely, if he gets that Abyssal down on Thug, Thug's gone.
With the Shadow Blade bonus damage, yep, more than likely, we'll see. He's going to go for it. With the troll as well. Let's see,
he needs a bash. He needs a bash. There's the bash. Just needed one. That's all he needed. Now that's all he gets, and it will be enough.
Ooh. Look at the amount of gold that Thug gives him, too.
Yeah, I mean, Thug was having such a good opening to this game. They need the perfect team fight. I feel the problem is because of the real strength of these BKBs is where's the sort of instant stun or initiation from Mousesports that stops you from being able to get the BKB off? It's just not there. Unless Skylark's able to perform a miraculous Blink Impale. I mean, Chaotic Offering stun, that is not going to be enough to stop them from getting the BKBs off after it.
No, definitely not. Glimpse coming out.
And yeah, forces the TB to pop his BKB. He cannot be glimpsed away from this. They do get the opening onto Chappie, but Chappie just manning up. He's got the Aegis, he's got the cheese, and he'll just stand his ground, take down the tier 3.
The upheaval's gonna hurt, though. He does have BKB available, though.
Yeah, we'll see how he wants to commit. There's the first stun, and with the illusion starting to bring down a little bit, FN, though, jumps in onto MNT, popping the Shadow Dance, takes down the Bounty Hunter. They'll look to use the Chaotic Offering again. Goes to get, doesn't catch anyone here with this RP. They've lost King R. So now Empire will back up. Jump forward from Skylark. Getting the stun here. Needs more follow-up damage, though, to really take down Ghostic, who still has the Force. Goes for the Force TP play, and he will make it. Nothing to cancel the TP in time. So, again, Mousesports do hold, but they did have to commit a buyback from MNT, and they did have to use a fair few odds. In fact, FN, he wanted to come back in on this one. Drops the Abyssal Blade, and that's going to be the...
Oh, my goodness.
Can they actually... I don't think they can... They certainly can't punish it for him with the Ace Rune. FN's golden. He's out.
So problematic. Yeah, they don't have... I mean, the only physical damage dealer is Terrorblade.
It is.
And it's into a Troll with 34 armor and a Slark with 20 armor.
And the Solar... they've got a Solar Crest, haven't they, as well?
And...
Who's got the Solar Crest?
They have a Solar Crest now on the Ogre.
Yeah.
Wow, he got so much gold in the last 2 fights on the Poshka. So, yeah, that's... I mean, it's looking really hard for Mouse to really take any of these fights.
It's looking so hard. It just feels like their draft 35 minutes in, it really just can't stand toe-to-toe with the power of Empire.
Yep.
Magnus is a great hero if you get to this stage of the game. It really is. I mean, as we've seen, he's been whiffing RPs. Ghostic hasn't really been having an amazing game, but he's been putting Empower on the cause, and that's all he needs to do.
Yeah, I mean, they just pop their BKBs, and they're immune to 90% or 80% of Mouse's damage.
And there we have it.
And there we go. Take the racks, and they just disengage.
And can Mouse punish this? They still don't have Chaotic Offering. Skylark's going to look forward. Maybe they can get Miposhka at the least, but no, the stun's going to whiff. And Miposhka, I think he can make his way safely out there, holding hands with the rest of his team. And he'll get back up to the high ground. And Empire lose nothing, apart from a couple of BKB charges for the commitment on those middle racks. And look at that as well. I mean, Chappie's nearly got his butterfly complete. And how on earth are you going to deal with the evasion?
Yeah, I mean, that negates even more of the little physical damage that they do have now, because Madara can't stand toe-to-toe. The Basher, the Troll Warlord as well, he's just extremely weak now at this point in comparison to Empire's Chorus.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, even though he's got that high armor, that only really works to the strength of FN, because FN, he's not going to kill him quickly, but that's fine for FN, because it doesn't matter that it's taking time to kill the Terrorblade. That's just giving him the chance to stack up more Essence Shift stacks. And it's unlikely that Mousesports are able to peel the Slark off the Terrorblade.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
he is just going to be absolutely massive.
Look at this graph.
Yeah, look at the net worth graph.
Like, that's pretty much like, I wish we had like it showed like when item was picked up, because I'm pretty sure like right there is like, okay, the Troll BKB was picked up a little bit before that when they lost one of the fights, but then the Slark BKB got picked up after they killed the Aegis, and that was just the big window. That was just pretty much where Mouse just hit a brick wall.
I don't see that graph turning around again.
Perhaps if they can maybe bait a BKB and then try to go for something like that, but
it is
Sunder.
all about playing around those BKBs.
Yeah.
They've got to somehow make sure that they go like, you know, if Empire do commit the BKB charges without finding objectives or kills, yeah, every time that happens, that's great news for Mouse.
Still very, very. And now Mag even has a BKB too, so he can get those cleaner initiations.
Let's see. We are going to have Empire leaving the base. Chappie leading the way, maybe a bit of a bait play here. FN scouting out a little bit of the Shadow Blade.
They've got a gem on Skylark now, though, and Spartan's in a very interesting spot.
They may try and jump in. They're thinking about it. But FN there, Mouse, they know that this is so hard for them to make this sort of a play.
Ag's puck just got delivered.
Here we go, there we go. It's just going to be dropped straight away onto Chappie. Pops the BKB, now turns towards the south, as with the Static Storm, they trapped up Skylark already. They've lost 2. RP comes in, only gets the Terrorblade, but that's good enough. And here we have it now. FN starting to chop away, build up the stacks. A third death on Mousesports. And Thug, he's just left to get himself the hell out of there.
And I think they may just not be able to do this anymore. It's got like the Slark just walks into the back of the fight, kills the Warlock in one Abyssal Blade with the Troll ulti going off, and Skylark walks in trying to cast a spell, but he just gets brought down almost instantly from the Disruptor ultimate and everything, and yeah, they just can't stand toe-to-toe with these two super farmed melee cores with Bloodlust and Empower. It's just too much.
I really think this is why, you know, teams ban out Magnus, and especially more so against certain teams like Empire. Because it really just feels like if you don't beat them by a certain point of the game, it's game over.
Yep.
It really is. You've got nothing to deal with Empower. It's just such a huge step up in the manpower that Empire have, that once they're ahead with it, what are you going to do? You're just going to lose heroes like this. Jumping from Ghosted, gets the skewer back. And there is very little Thug can do against this.
And now you lose a couple heroes, Troll pops ulti, you lose the Rax almost instantly.
And FN, you know, he's just playing around. He's free to do whatever he wants down the back lines. Looks towards the Nyx Assassin. He grabs himself a triple kill.
Yeah, I think it's just GG.
Yeah. You gotta break this up somehow. The easiest way to do that is ban the Magnus. Empire just too good with it. They know if they hold the game up to a certain point, and FN, he wants to get his S. Look at that. Oh, it's tasty. Up to 40. Keep it going, and they'll call GG. It is just too much at this stage, and ends up being, you know, I'd say pretty much past what the 25-minute mark. That game was, it was borderline, if not for certain, impossible for Mouse to win.
They had like it seemed like they had their one chance when they had the Aegis, when they're going on that top push,
which looked pretty good. You know, it was like, okay,
decent.
They're getting onto the high ground. They brought the tower down to the third, but as soon as that crumbled, that's when it just went downhill. Yeah,
Mag just solo RPs the Tower Blade, pulls him into the base, metas down, Rock gets expended, they get the BKB finished on the Slark because he cleans up like 2 or 3 kills, and then it's go time for them. Even though they take like a fight, that one fight that they take at their shrine, it was pretty much them walking into Mouse through vision, and it was just like they still couldn't do anything. The Mag, I think, hit 0 people with the RP in that fight, and Slark and Troll just went to town.
Ghostic didn't really, you know, he did fine in lane. Didn't need to do any RPs. He had a Troll and a Slark. It was just up to Chappie and FN to do the work at the end of the day, and they did. And at the end of the day, it was, as I said, you know, if you're Mouse, I think, I mean, would you say for sure you ban the Magnus against this team?
I think so. I mean,
it's
honestly,
the easiest solution, isn't it?
It just seems to be. I mean, especially if they're going to have like a single core Tower Blade.
Yeah.
It's
just
you can't fight into those 2 big heavy cores when they're like matching you and farming away. Of course, they had like a 9k advantage or something, or 10k almost on Mouse, but yeah, it just hits that point. You know, the BKBs when you have 4 heavy magic damage bursters. It's, too hard.
There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere. We'll keep the show moving on nice and quickly as we've got one more game to go today. Apologies again for the pause. Was down to the valve delays, but it looks like the servers are, touch wood, all good now. So we should be fine for the final game of the day. Jinx, Empire versus Mousesports coming up once again very shortly after this quick ad break.